Hi everyone, it's Kathryn Stelljes, owner of the ThinkLiveBe team at Keller Williams Realty at the Parks in downtown Orlando. I am here with your monthly market update. If you watch my videos, you know that the Orlando Regional Realtor Association puts out statistics around the 15th of the month. We gather those, analyze them, see what's the market that we're in. We're always looking a little bit behind because it takes time to compile everything to really see what the averages were, what the total was, and make sure it's accurate. So when we're looking back in time, that means that we might be in a different market today than we're actually looking at. So we're seeing in November, it was the second lowest number of homes sold this year. We only had 1,805 homes sell in November of this year. The only other month that had less was January of this year. So we started off this year very slow in January with like 1,700 homes sold, and then things picked back up as they seasonally do, and then it slowed again. So what I will say is I do expect that in December we will see a peak in sales. We typically do. It's a seasonal, cyclical thing. People move because they have time off from work over the holiday season, as well as for tax purposes. Closing by the end of the year is important to people for various reasons, so we'll probably see a peak in sales. So is this a blip or a trend? Well, that's where inventory, supply, and demand comes into play. So the number of homes sold this year has been lower than we've seen in previous years, while the number of available homes for sale has been consistently going up. We have more homes available for sale right now than we've had in over 10 years. What that means for you as a buyer is you have more opportunity, you have more options to choose from than you've had in a really long time. So that's great. That's some news that you may not know. And at the same time, because there's so few buyers that actually purchased in November compared to the number of available homes for sale, we actually slipped into over 6 months of available inventory. So if you watch my videos, you know, like under 3 or 4 months is considered a seller's market. That just means that there's less homes available compared to demand. Balanced market is 4 to 6 months. Most of this year, we were in a pretty balanced market here in Central Florida. We have now slipped into what's called a buyer's market. We haven't been here in a really long time. And what you need to understand is that as I say this, it's on the whole of Orlando Metro. But if you are looking in very popular neighborhoods where there's limited supply and it's very high demand, you might find that you're actually still in a seller's market. I've seen multiple situations of multiple offers just in the last 3 weeks in these areas near downtown Orlando, Winter Park, these established neighborhoods where there's not building happening, there's not a lot of competition for homes, which means when a new, in good condition, well-priced home comes available, there's going to be more than one buyer that want that house. So you just need to know the market that you're entering into as a buyer, because just because I'm saying on a whole, there's over 6 months of inventory, in some neighborhoods, there might be much less than that. So contact us to really dive into the area that you're looking so that you can make sure that you're making the best offer for the market that you're actually in. Same thing as a seller. You know, you might be living in a situation where you want to get the highest price possible, and the prices are still strong. They're actually up. The appreciation rate has slowed, so it's up 1.33% since last year, whereas a normal appreciation rate is 3 to 4%, 3 to 5%, somewhere in there. So the appreciation rate has slowed because supply and demand has leveled off and balanced, now moving more towards buyer. That means that the prices will start to level off. Will they come down? Well, we don't know. I mean, we don't have a crystal ball, and yet I can tell you that it depends on the area, right? There's different pockets where prices are already starting to come down. Most of where you see that is out by the parks and short-term rental communities where there's a lot of options available. Buyers are having better negotiating power than sellers. Prices are starting to level off, if not even come down lower than they were last year. Again, the really popular areas that are established and don't have a lot of building going on, those are still seeing higher appreciation rates. I saw one the other day that's probably 15% up from year over year. So again, knowing the area that you're going into is the most important factor. As we head into January, it's seasonally a lower number of sales that happen. So we'll see a peak in December. We'll probably go down again in January. And then where we go from there depends largely on interest rates. I imagine we'll pretty much stay level, like 5 to 6 months of inventory for a little while. And then as we head into the spring and summer, more listings will come on. and we will either go further into a buyer's market, or if rates are strong, we'll balance back out. So it really, a lot up in the air, still a lot of uncertainty as we head into the new year. And yet I can tell you that the trend from this year was that things slowed, cooled down. Prices remained higher than they were the year before though. And I think that that will probably continue to be the trend into the new year, just a slower appreciation rate. So give us a call if you have any real estate needs. There's a lot to unpack when it comes to your specific situation. So give us a call, 407-982-7240 for a free consultation.